Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Pixar returns with their 26th animated feature film, and this is the first theatrical spin-off from the adored franchise Toy Story. Focusing on the context of one of the most iconic characters in film history, this is Kia's Reviews, and this is my review of Lightyear.
We're not gonna make it.
Almost there.
Okay, plan B. Ready?
Go!
Lightyear may not reach the exceptional heights of other films in Pixar's filmography, but it still accrues enough substance to be an amusing and exciting reinvention of one of the most beloved characters of all time. While giving audiences a very satisfying new interpretation of Buzz, it is whimsically creative and doesn't dishonour Tim Allen's nostalgic portrayal of the character in any way, shape or form. While this does include some really clever references to the Toy Story quadrilogy, it doesn't rely on nostalgia to make the movie enjoyable like Toy Story 4 was going for, but instead gives us a new look into the phenomenon that Andy looked up to as a kid. I genuinely think that Lightyear is the best Pixar movie we've gotten since Soul in 2020. It certainly didn't end up being the movie I was expecting it to be, and upon reflection, I'm so satisfied with what it ended up being, and that was simply a simple, laid-back and relaxing adventure with a character we all enjoy seeing on the big screen. I've never felt as relaxed with a film as I did with Lightyear, as you didn't have to switch off your brain or completely ignore certain weak points for you to thoroughly enjoy yourself and the journey that this movie takes you on.
Shall we play a game?
No, thank you.
Are you sure? I can create a game specifically for you, based on your exact personality profile.
Hey, listen, Socks, buddy, I'm pretty tired, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit the rack.
Of course. I can provide sleep sounds if you like.
When Chris Evans was announced to be voicing Buzz Lightyear, I genuinely thought that it was purely because of his role as Captain America, but now having seen the film, I completely understand how he was the perfect choice for this version of Buzz. It's a very simplistic plot to follow and is definitely aimed for children, but there are certainly a lot of comedic sequences that adults are bound to enjoy as well. The runtime clocks in at nearly 2 hours, and for a Pixar movie to be nearing that is slowly becoming the average runtime now for their movies. However, unlike recent projects of theirs like Luca and Onward that had unevenly paced sequences, the time spent with Lightyear literally flew past. The writers knew where they were wanting to go and didn't have any moments where it felt like filler content. It delivered enough to give fans a bit of excitement, but it gave the general audience that have seen Toy Story before everything that they could have asked for. It's a truly satisfying addition to the Toy Story franchise, and I can say as a fan that grew up with Toy Story 3 and 4 that I got what I was hoping for without it taking anything away from its story.
Just come on, we're sitting ducks here. Allow me.
Wait, what's happening?
He overrode my override.
Ow!
People.
Without a doubt, the animation and cinematography was the obvious highlight of the entire experience. Visually, this film hits you with so much beauty and colour and a real focus on small details that would otherwise go unnoticed. The animation was superb, as a lot of the metal suits worn looked like real battle suits with scuffs and marks on them, while also honouring the original outfit designs from the Toy Story films. Overwhelmingly remarkable on the big screen, the cinematography was flat out gorgeous, especially the scenes that were set in space, as multiple bright colours would come together to form such astonishing and awe-inducing shots of animation. Jeremy Lasky and Ian McGibbon deserve so much appreciation for their work on this, because they sincerely made this movie so much better than it could have been, purely based on their contributions to the final cut. It might just be the most beautifully animated movie that I've ever seen, and while this may not have to be seen in cinemas like Top Gun Maverick does, it's a real waste of an opportunity to experience such a great movie if you pass it up. You certainly will have regrets if you wait to watch this on Blu-ray or Disney+.
Then we put your crystal in the turnip.
And finish the mission. It's a good plan. To infinity.
Are you trying to get me to pull your finger?
Don't fall for it.
No, not like that. It was... sorry, it's a thing your grandma and I used to do.
Yeah.
We would never... She didn't mean to... Anyway, forget it.
While I thought that the movie was incredibly simple, that's all I thought this project needed to be and nothing more, as I didn't want it to be overcomplicated or overstuffed. Instead, it went at such a quick pace that some of it went a bit too fast and lost any character development that it could have had, apart from a few moments with Buzz. Even though I'm very happy with its runtime, I think the events of the first 20 minutes felt very rushed, and while I didn't overly think that that had a negative impact on the movie, I still would have enjoyed that section being fleshed out a bit more, as the context did deserve more time than it ended up getting. The quickened pace worked well with making the viewing experience easy to get through, but it did sacrifice some key components that would have pushed it to a perfect score on my behalf. Towards the end of the second act, you could tell that throughout the movie, everything was building up to a massive reveal. However, when it happened, it felt very underwhelming and wasn't explained enough, which left me feeling more confused in those parts. Aside from that, I really loved watching Lightyear and will definitely go back to see it again. Lightyear was a fantastic culmination of Star Wars, Interstellar, and a dash of Top Gun as well. I felt like I was watching a Star Wars movie, but within the Toy Story world, so there will be those that criticise the film because of its similarities to Star Wars, but for me, I thought that it was great as it didn't abandon the backstory for Buzz that was hinted at in Toy Story 2. It felt like all of the aspects of Buzz's backstory from the Toy Story movies contributed to the creation of this story, and as a fan, I was extremely happy that they didn't stray from the source material. Before, I mentioned that this was the most relaxing movie I'd ever seen because you didn't have to worry about the characters or have to think too much about its story, and I say that because it's not your typical Pixar movie. In fact, this is probably as far away as you could get from a typical Pixar movie at this point, and I loved that they embraced that and took the risk because it ended up paying off. There weren't jokes every 5 seconds or any attempts to make you cry your eyes out. You were simply just sitting back, watching and enjoying a movie. Even though I do have my minor criticisms, overall, this is a really lovely film.
This suit means something. It's not just protecting your body, it's protecting the universe. This suit is a promise to the world that you, and you alone, will do one thing above all. Finish the mission, no matter the cost. You will never quit. Whatever the galaxy may throw your way, will you please turn that off?
It's just too easy.
You're mocking me, aren't you?
Yeah, but in a supportive way.
Lightyear delivers everything that fans of the Toy Story franchise would want from a Buzz Lightyear film, as it delivers comedy, action, adventure, and some absolutely beautiful animation and cinematography. Chris Evans along with the rest of the cast were wonderful in their roles, and I really mean it when I say that anybody who was involved in the creation of this movie should really be happy with what they contributed, because it is a seamless viewing experience. While it does have its weak points and doesn't exactly reach the heights of other Pixar movies, Lightyear is a wonderful addition to the Pixar catalogue, so I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Thank you all so much for watching. Are you going to see Lightyear? Let me know below. As always, be sure to have a look at my previous reviews of Jurassic World Dominion and Top Gun Maverick. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and follow me on Letterboxd and Instagram for all of my latest movie reviews. This has been Kia's Reviews, signing off for now.
Don't forget to like, follow, and obey.